do people listen to Touch Your
Because it's a thing.
All right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
No idea what you're talking about.
Here's more of The Thing on the Sports Hub.
Jaylen Brown is not something, honestly, that I had any intention of talking about at all. I don't really care anymore. The Celtics, it is what it is. They lost. It was a very unexpected and I would say embarrassing defeat to a team that just then got rolled
in
the next round.
Yeah, they quit.
So you were supposed to, this whole notion of like, well, going into the season, you didn't think that. Well, yeah, but then you played the season. And then you did well. But I thought Brad Stevens after the season was very refreshing. He was like, he pretty much said, I knew all along we weren't good enough. We didn't play well against good teams all season. And, this was the result. I don't think he was overly shocked with the result. But Jaylen Brown, in his wisdom, has taken to Twitch, and I've made this point before, but it's very possible Jaylen Brown is saying things about social issues and things that could save the world. But I'll never know. Because when you get on Twitch or live streaming and you do it, or even a podcast, and you do these shows, very few people out of the population are going to hear everything you have to say. The only time that it's going to get any publicity is when you say something that people can pull quote and then, try to drive some traffic to their websites. So there's really no advantage to doing it. There's only disadvantage. Mm-hmm. If you think about it from a marketing perspective, like you could be super funny and no one's going to hear it because they're just going to be hearing pull quotes. So a lot of time and money and expenditure of lots of resources being used for really just a detrimental result. But Jaylen Brown has been into it with Stephen A. Smith, and he continued this. Was it yesterday that he continued this? Yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah. Very good. So Jaylen, I don't see it because I don't care to watch it. But then he says something, and then we're required by law to cover it. And then people go, well, you're poking fun at Jaylen Brown. You're like, I'm not going into his house and taping him. He's putting this stuff out on the internet. I don't know what you want me to do. I didn't hear the whole thing. I just hear what's pulled. So here he is talking about Stephen A. Smith.
Let's get to this because, I've been seeing some of the stuff, the comments, but I'm not going to keep going back and forth. So let's react and respond, and then I promise y'all this is my last.
Okay, so he uses a word incorrectly during this, and I want you to see what word he uses incorrectly. Okay. He uses it several times.
Let's get to this because, I've been seeing some of the stuff, the comments, but I'm not gonna keep going back and forth. So let's react and respond, and then I promise y'all this is my last one, unless we want to do in a more formal fashion.
Season. But in the end, Jaylen Brown, be careful what you wish for. You really want me to start reporting on that level? You understand?
Oh, be careful. John Gotti.
Locker room? How the organization might think about you? How the city may feel about you? How Jason Tatum may or may not have feel about you? Sneaker deals, endorsement deals, the list goes on and on. The season is over, bro. Did he may feel about you? How Jaylen Brown, be careful what you wish for. You really want me to start reporting on that level?
Come on, man. Come on, Stephen A. You El Chapo?
Well, I'm, for one, riveted. He seems to impassioned about this response. Come on. What are you, El Chapo? You know what I'm saying? What are you, John Gotti? Come on. Well, you've blown me out of the water with your enthusiasm, sir. Whatever idea you can,
I don't know how Stephen A. is going to parry against that.
Whatever idea you have coming, I know is going to be out of this world, given the excitement. You've sold me already. Just your charisma.
Come on, Stephen A. You El Chapo? You running the media cartel, my boy? Come on, man. Talking about be careful.
I don't like this because it makes it seem hard to do radio. Does that make any sense to you? Like when you hear someone talking like this, like and it's so bad, like you go, it's not that easy just to talk into a microphone. You forget because you've done it for a long time. It's like becoming aware of walking or something. Like, oh, this is kind of hard. What are you, El Chapo or something?
You have a lot of thoughts. You don't want to say every single one of them, so you have to disseminate, and then you have to somehow relay what you're thinking in a compelling way without giving away too much.
It makes me uneasy to hear it like this. I become very self-aware.
Right. You start thinking about, how do I do this?
Yeah, exactly. Like, why is it so conversational at this point in my career? I don't want to go back to not knowing how to do it.
Man, listen, I ain't even gonna get into that, y'all. Like, we gonna keep it high vibrations. Listen, I'm not even really focused on Stephen A. I'm really focused on the industry that he represents. Like, obviously I have my quarrels with Stephen A., but I also have my quarrels with the industry in itself. Stephen A. is the face of the industry, and his willingness to serve his higher-ups is a major cause for concern, and it's caused frustration, but it ain't even really about him. So here's my proposal, and after this that I'm done.
Okay, well, it's his final proposal.
Okay.
I wonder what he could be offering.
Final offer.
Stephen A., here's my proposal. Why don't we have a live audience debate, traditional media versus us athletes, and let's do a live debate in front of a live streamed audience at a mutual location, like a Harvard or MIT, and
You're on the right track here of the misused word. Now,
Yeah.
what are you debating? You're just going to debate the air?
It's a sports debate, Fred.
Yeah. So what
Listen, I can't win those.
what he could have said is mutually agreed upon, but what he means is neutral.
Yes, he means neutral, but he is saying mutual.
Okay.
But he means neutral. He says mutual several times.
Okay.
In transcript, it doesn't look great.
Whatever.
But listen, I use the wrong words constantly. I'm not even making fun of that. It was just interesting. I wanted to see if you picked up on it. But when you're calling for a debate, so it's traditional media against athletes.
Yes.
What are you debating?
Sports debate.
Told you, sports debate.
It seems like a very open-ended subject for debate. Like, what are you going to debate? We're just going to debate. Well, what? Well, athletes versus traditional media.
Media coverage. Maybe that's what he is leaning
You're
towards.
narrowing it down, but that's not what he says. He says he just wants to debate them, like at MIT, which, by the way, isn't a neutral site. It's within a long walk from the Garden. I mean, you could walk from MIT to the Garden. It's humanly possible.
Maybe Indianapolis somewhere. That's truly neutral.
Yeah, you like Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Would be a neutral.
Go to
site.
the great Midwest, a flyover state. Do that.
Yeah.
That's offensive.
Sorry.
let's talk about it, and let's see who come out on top.
Okay, but how do you win a debate about nothing?
On top of what?
Yeah, like I don't understand this debate topic. Like it really is confusing. Like, okay, so this is it. I'm laying down the gauntlet. This will like separate us as men. We're going to have a debate at a mutual site, huh? And we're going to debate. And then we'll see who wins. Well, how do you win something that there is no parameters set for, and you don't even know what you're debating? You're just going to get up there and you're going to say why you don't like them, I assume.
The debate is Stephen A. thinks Jaylen Brown should shut up, and Jaylen Brown doesn't want to.
There it is.
Yeah,
debate.
but then Stephen A. Smith can't win that debate because Jaylen Brown is free to express himself whenever he wants. So I already crowned Jaylen Brown the winner. Just by nature of being in the debate, Jaylen Brown has won that argument because he's engaging with him.
Yeah, he's talking.
Should be easy.
No,
Should be a piece of cake. You know, mainstream traditional media versus the athlete.
Okay.
Let's set it up. Harvard, MIT, live, and let's see who come out on top. You know where to find me. You know where to contact my team. Let's set up a live debate at a mutual location.
Yeah.
And let's talk about it. Traditional versus untraditional.
Yeah,
Talk about what?
What he really wants to say is like how great it is that he's streaming, but I assure you, Jaylen, it's not. Maybe you could use the guardrails of traditional media. Like, this doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
It sounds like if I was his friend, I'd be like, this doesn't really make sense what you're proposing.
Yeah, the merits of traditional media versus athlete-founded media, I don't know. The one thing that he could probably go after Stephen A. about, and the one thing that I don't know if we've talked about a whole lot, is Stephen A. saying, I know all this other stuff, and don't make me say it. Well, that's for Steve. I would say, especially for Stephen A., that's a misstep.
Well, yeah, because I'd be like, why aren't you reporting it?
Right. Yeah.
Like, if you have all this information that you're holding back, why do you hold back information at all? From
number one, from a journalistic standpoint, if Stephen A. ever tries to put himself in that category, that's a bad thing to say. But just from an entertainment standpoint, you never want to say something to the audience that goes along the lines of, I'm not going to tell you this. Never tell the audience what you're not going to tell them. Oh, I could say something here, or I'll say it off the air. It's like, well, don't do that. I either say it, or at least give some hints as to what it is, or don't say it at all, because that's just frustrating, and it makes you think as an audience member, oh, you're not giving me the good stuff. Keep the good stuff entirely to yourself, or put it out there in a way that is not going to get you in trouble.
Or if you said it, you'd sue me. If I said it, you'd sue me, or something like that. I know, like, it's just, there's some stuff you can't say, but yeah, if he's got all this dirt on, first of all, I don't know how he knows how the city of Boston feels about Jaylen Brown.
That's a weird thing to say, too.
Like you're speaking for the collective of Boston.
Right, what the city of Boston thinks about you?
Yeah, like,
how do you know?
Yeah, how would you know, A, and then B, it seems fairly positive.
How do we know?
I don't know. Well, how am I doing? What the hell do I know what everyone's thinking? And then, well, if you know Tatum doesn't like him, well, that's very valuable information. And if you know the team's looking to deal him, that's incredibly valuable information that I would like to know personally.
Mainstream media versus the dumb job.
Yeah, all right, dude.
Let's see who come out on top.
You don't even know what you want to debate. Andrew, go ahead.
This just reminds me, and first I'll just say I don't think Harvard or MIT truly is a very mutual location, considering I think Jaylen teaches classes there.
Okay.
However, I will say this also reminded me when Kyrie had that whole anti-Semitism thing, and Jaylen oddly stuck himself in the middle of it. In his little press conference, he made up a word, and he used it like 10 times. He kept saying the word discontort, saying people were discontorting what he was saying. Very much not a word. This just reminded me. Thanks.
All right. Yeah, he's saying mutual instead of neutral. But again, I do that as well. It's more of the
mutual location.
I just wanted to see if Hardy picked up on it. But I am a little fascinated by, like, you sat down and came up with this gotcha thing, but it doesn't make any sense. Like, you want Stephen A. to fly out somewhere and sit on a stage with you where there will be crowned a winner, and you are going to debate. Okay. And, like, there's nothing else. Like, this is supposed to be like, I got him in a trap. Like, there's no getting out of this. And it's like, how is Stephen A. Smith supposed to even respond to this? Okay, so you want me to go to MIT and get on a stage with you to debate athletes versus traditional media? Like, what are we debating? It doesn't even make sense. You want to go up there and say that I'm stupid, then that's a roast. It's not a debate. I'm not up here, like, defend how you're not bad, and I will defend why I'm good. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it seems like he came up with this, like, it wasn't improvisational. Like, he came on his stream like, I have an idea that's really got him in a trap. Now I've cornered him, and I'm going to come out and say something. And it seems so poorly thought through. Not dumb and not a mistake. Just, it's like when I was a little kid and I would be like, I'm going to build a boat to sail to Japan. And I'd go outside and I'd nail 2 pieces of wood together. But I'd made a big plan and everything. Should have thought it more through. You're never building a boat that goes to Japan.
Yeah.
This is a pipe dream.
It makes my head hurt to think about it, and it gives it way too much consideration. But just for the exercise, if they were to debate, the debate maybe could be the merits of traditional media versus athlete-driven sports media, and which is the purer form of blah blah blah. Number one, who cares? Okay. Because neither one of these guys are pretending to be the Edward R. Murrows of their fields. They're just talking about sports. So neither one of them is much of a journalistic enterprise. They're really not. I think even Stephen A. would say that. He's in the entertainment business, focused on sports.
I think I could win the traditional media versus untraditional media, and you want to know how I would do it?
Well, I can. And I can tell you why you can't.
How much money are you making doing this live stream? The end.
Yeah.
Okay. Now Charles Barkley makes $30 million a year doing TNT or ESPN now. Doing ESPN, you make nothing. There you go.
Yeah.
The debate is over.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley gets paid to put on a suit and go talk about basketball. He has won he's got a better career than he did playing basketball, and he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
That's it.
The part that you can't win is like, well, what do the people want? Well, people who just want to hear, as fans, from their favorite athletes, and they want to hear nothing but good and positive things about their team and from their players, they're going to, I don't even know if they're going to gravitate toward, podcasts like Jaylen Brown's and stuff like that, but they're going to say they like those better because they're all positive, and I'm just being a fan, and that's all I want. I don't want any criticism, critique. I just want to hear good stuff about it. Now, they'll say that they like that better. Meanwhile, they're still consuming everything because if you truly are a fan, you just want more, and you'll take it from wherever you can get it.
Well, really what I would think you'd want as an athlete is a traditional media service to put you on and not censor you, because then you get
the audience,
the reach in the audience, and you do get a little bit of like professionalism in that you have this amount of time, right? So you have to synthesize your thoughts. You can't just freestyle for never ending amount of time. And so they're like, all right, here's 8 minutes, go. And if you want, we can have a guy to help facilitate it and kind of help you along. It's harder. I mean, it's sometimes traditional media is not so bad. I point to Jaylen Brunson and Alex Van Pelt yesterday. Scott Van Pelt yesterday.
Yes.
Not Alex Van Pelt, very good quarterback.
Yes.
Scott Van Pelt yesterday and Jaylen Brunson. He goes, "Is this what you dreamed about when you were shooting hoops in your driveway?" I mean, that's a pretty good, easy way to look good. So now I'm on SportsCenter, and the guy's setting me up to look good. Do you understand? In that sense, traditional media just did Jaylen Brunson a big favor. I adore you. Please speak on why my adoration is justifiable. See, that helps. They're in the traditional media helped you.
By the way,
when they're talking S behind your back, it sucks. But if you're on and they're facilitating a good even a good conversation, that's a benefit to you rather than just stammering along like me in front of an open mic. Yes, Jonathan?
I was just going to say Jaylen Brown was a beneficiary of that 2 years ago. You've been in Jason Tatum's shadow. Here you are, Finals MVP. Here you are, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. You're an NBA champion. There's nothing left for you to prove. It's the exact same line of questioning Jaylen Brown got in 2024 at this time.
See, I would have Jaylen Brown on and help facilitate his thoughts in that I think that we could help him organize them, and we could, ask pointed questions in order to get him to respond in a way that he gets his point across.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Come on. There's no debate. There will be no counter argument. You can have the floor.
It's time to stop. The question is this really the end, or are we going to be talking Jaylen Brown at the end of the week again?
Well, I mean, if he keeps putting out content, we'll have to keep talking.
Well, that's my point. Is this really? He said this is the last time I'm going to bring this up.
There's nothing else to talk about.
Is it really the last time?
There's nothing else to talk about. So I'm all for him getting back on the stream, and especially with more harebrained schemes. It's very Fred Flintstone-esque.
Media group or person.
He's got a real think tank going on over there.
Contort my words or discontort my attempts to support.
Discontort.
Discontort. There it is.
Is that a real word? I'd have to
No,
look it
I
up.
don't think so.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Are you going to keep the vibrations high, though, Fred? I mean, that's what I fear if you were on there to somehow moderate or facilitate.
I just keep it
We're
mellow.
going to keep it high vibrations.
Nah, just keep it mellow. We just vibe in any frequency he wants to vibe. That's all. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Come on, man.
You know, I got an idea for a bit. The email bit. We should do the email bit. It's a great idea. Let's do the email bit.
All right, let's do the email bit. I apologize. The email bit is powered by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Don't just send an email. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777 or visit gottagetglassman.com. Indeed. If you'd like to email us, look no further than 985thesportshub.com. You can follow us on social media at Toucher and Hardy and at Hardy985, and you can follow me on Instagram at Fred Toucher. There is this matter of the golf tournament in the bidding, which I believe ends on Wednesday.
Yes.
To play in a foursome with the three of us or with Felger, Maz, and Big Jim. Felger and Maz are going for $10,000. We were going for a pittance comparatively.
About a fifth of that.
Mitch says the only reason Felger and Maz have high bids is because it's a trap. It's some ex-athlete who's going to ambush them at the golf tournament. My guess is Mike Vrabel, and he's going to beat them bloody with a 9-iron. That's Mitch from New Bedford.
I think it ends up. Does it end on Monday for sure? Do we know? Or Wednesday? Do we know that for sure? Tomorrow?
I don't know.
I can check.
Okay. Yeah, double check on that. It's Sarah from Everett
Oh, boy.
with two emails today, even though I think it was on Friday, John, when she emailed and said that Beetle was her favorite personality on the station.
That is correct. She sent you like 3 emails.
I'm like, what? Beetle? Beetle? The Beetle is her favorite,
Yeah.
she said.
I mean, it's just if you're a female, it kind of goes unsaid.
I guess.
It's got that rap, you know? Boom, boom, boom.
She said,
Like
I'm
jazz.
sitting with my checkbook open, ready to beat the Felger Maz bid by $5, golf with the 4 of you, and marry Fred. How much do I make this check out for to make this all happen? Well, $10,005 is what it would cost.
And I also doubt her sincerity to marry me, considering that she does nothing but consistently insult me.
Well, she also emailed much earlier when we were talking about the hot dog safari. And this was a wonderful job by her of copying and pasting what she apparently found online. The hot dog safari was famous for Eddie Andelman as a sports host. He was also considered Boston's first family of hot dogs. It started as a bus trip through New England to find the best hot dog and turned it into the safari. At one point, it was the biggest hot dog event in the country.
Well, I know Michael Andelman is one of his sons, and I can tell you it's all he talks about.
Really?
The hot dog safari.
It's just hot dogs.
Really?
He's like, my family. He's like, and then you'll be like, you know, what do you think about this Iran situation? And he'll be like, I don't know what that has to do with hot dogs. Be like, excuse me.
So no concern.
Yeah.
No
like,
interest in
I don't really, hot dogs. I don't know. Whatever it means for import-export of hot dogs.
On the subject, Morning Hardy, John being the big foodie he... Oh, by the way, subject line, big dumb bird.
Yeah.
John being the big foodie he is needs to be called out for saying Polish sausage during the 7:15 segment. It's called kielbasa, bird boy.
Oh, okay.
What's
That's stupid.
next? We're going to call pigeons Polish raviolis?
I believe I said Italian sausage, but that's okay.
Just because he
Yes, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
And just because he abandoned his religion and heritage doesn't mean he needs to disrespect the delicacies of everyone else's. Be better, bird boy.
I don't like this. Put on the spot. Ask what I like. Again, this all came from the impossible situation John was put in when he was asked what he liked other than sports. And he completely froze and panicked.
Are you a foodie? Yes, as a matter of
And
fact.
he would just say yes to anything. He'd be like,
Yes.
do you like eating people? Are you a mass murderer? Yes.
Yes, I enjoy cannibalism. I enjoy...
Are you? Do you love psychedelics? Are you constantly tripping? Yes.
Yes.
I do, as a matter of fact. What do you like about it? The activity. That's what I like.
Hardy, when we were talking about the AI earlier, and the woman who was making light of the.
We're starting this beautiful morning with a classic that needs no introduction.
No, not her. This one.
November 12th, 1970, the Bola cyclone. They estimate 500,000 people died. It's going down. I'm yelling timber. Pitbull and Kesha.
But again, his AI, a radio station, has taken all the information and turned it into that.
Right. But David emailed in. He said, Hardy, evidently you clowns never heard of the concert for Bangladesh. Maybe John was born. And then apparently the concert for Bangladesh, which George Harrison put on, I think, was a relief effort for that cyclone.
Well, we were making the point is that if there, I guess, it's true, if up to 500,000 people perished in a natural disaster, you'd think that one of us would have heard about it. Like, it's just a little upsetting that something of that scale could have happened and it was never relayed to us.
And to our credit, it was a dual relief effort following the Bangladesh Liberation War-related genocide and the cyclone.
All right,
so hey, we get half a pass.
All right, so you're begging for it, so I'm just going to do it.
Oh, no.
I listened to Graham Nash's book.
What are you doing?
Now,
why?
Because I just need something to listen to while I'm walking the dog, which occupies hours a day. So, Crosby, Stills, Nash, horrible.
That's it?
Didn't know if you knew that.
You don't like Southern Cross?
No.
Oh, I like that song.
Yeah.
I like that one too.
And they're like, David Crosby is like a real badass. And you're like, ah. And he was like, he had an insatiable sexual appetite. And you're like, who's having sex with that guy? He was never good looking. He was always ugly. I mean, that's just the charisma of the three-part harmony.
So who was it that got David Crosby to donate sperm for their
Melissa
kid?
Etheridge. I was just about to say. I believe it's Melissa Etheridge and her partner got him to donate.
Well, she better hope addiction's not hereditary.
That's kind of what I was thinking when they said, yeah, let's get David Crosby. It's like that dude had some problems.
No, you get Graham Nash. But there is something on 60 Minutes of the three of them. It's like from 1987, and Stephen Stills is completely hammered. They had like following the band around, and he's just completely hammered and completely out of control the whole thing. So it's pretty interesting.
Stephen Stills good buddies with Dan Shaughnessy.
Really?
Actual friends.
He seems like a very disagreeable person, too.
Shaughnessy, I agree, but Stephen Stills is still friends with him.
No, Shaughnessy let us put pencils in his fro and see how many pencils we could fit in his fro. John was there.
Best bit.
I think it was just John and me.
Yeah.
I think it was just literally just the two of us.
It was, and it was Bird putting the pencils in his hair. And the best part about the whole thing was Dan was carrying on a conversation like none of this was happening around him.
He said, as long as you don't film it, you can do whatever you want.
Yep.
And so we saw how many pencils shove into his fro.
So we were talking.
It was a lot.
Bird emptied an entire box of pencils.
Of Ticonderogas?
Yes, and then had to go scrambling looking for more because there was more to be had.
Yeah,
number twos?
Oh, yeah.
He's got a... What? Huh? No, he's got a real flat head or something because those pencils was just sticking in there. It almost got boring. We were just putting so many pencils in there.
And we ran out of pencils, so Bird, for some reason, found Q-tips. You remember this?
Yeah.
Bird found Q-tips and started doing that.
Yeah, we just started jamming whatever we could in his hair.
Yeah.
Like, if you were ever sneaking, like, international drugs, like, Shaughnessy's fro would be a good place to start.
Oh.
Like, if you could probably get, like, a brick.
Diamonds. You dump them out on the towel afterward.
Oh, yeah,
There's more in there.
There's
more in there.
Give me a black cloth so I can, like, the contrast will show me. All right. Well, very good. That is the email segment for the day. Thank you to Sarah from Everett for not including me on the emails. And thank you for Blind Scott for slowing way down on the emails.
Oh, I haven't looked. Are there very few?
Yeah, he's making conscious effort not to email so much.
There's none from the last 2 days.
Whoa.
Yeah. So he called in today, so he's still around. So that's good. But thank you, Blind Scott, for not emailing so much. I do appreciate it. We'll be back. Here are the headlines.
We know what you're thinking. What could I possibly have missed from the show? It's time for The Stack on Toucher and Hardy.
All right, go ahead, Hardy.
I'm going to say a name here. Robert Fripp.
Why does that sound familiar?
I don't know. You can pull obscure rock names out of nowhere. You did it earlier with that guy from that band.
Yeah, John Bush from Armored Saint. Yeah.
That was impressive.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Who's Robert Fripp?
Was he a DJ?
No, he is of the band King Crimson.
Oh, prog rock.
80 years old. He had a heart attack as he was getting ready to fly to Italy for something called a guitar craft course that he was teaching.
Yeah, Eddie Trunk was hosting.
Okay. Well, he was on a show recently talking about the heart attack that he suffered, and what confused him about the whole affair. He said, and continues to ask why the hospital staff, quote, shaved my balls after his heart attack last year.
You're welcome. Probably was too hairy. They were doing him a favor. They figured since you're knocked out.
It's a bonus, you know?
Like, you're not going to do it yourself.
We're just kind of hanging out here. You're asleep, you know?
I wouldn't even bother me. As long as they didn't cut anything, I'd be like, all right. Yeah.
I was in A&E. I don't know what that is. I don't think it's the television network.
Well, it's a network that's really sold itself.
Some hospital lingo, you know, overseas. Not quite knowing what was going on, other than I knew they were going to do something, and an orderly came along and shaved my balls. Now, the dear man, I really didn't wish his job on him at that point. Now, this is the thing. So you're concerned with my heart, fine. What are you doing shaving my balls?
Oh, I know why. I totally know why. Because when they do heart surgery, they go up through your groin. And I wish I had a funnier answer. But they...
like a catheter.
Yeah, they stick a well, not through your penis, but they would make an incision like in your groin and then feed it up to be as non-invasive as possible.
Through that femoral artery?
Perhaps. Well played, sir.
Good.
You like that?
That's why they shaved his balls, because he probably had a real Crimson-esque bush down there. He probably
3 high balls after you get home from work.
Yeah, here's the story. Rocky Suarez in the case of the shaved nuts.
Okay.
Well, right?
Yeah.
All right. Guy, crappy prog rock band. Who cares? He's flying to some loser event. Down on his luck, right? He hasn't got himself a hot Latino double canner like this in some time.
Double canner.
So anyway, Rocky Suarez is undercover as an orderly. Next thing you know, because she's solving the case of the missing kidneys.
Okay.
Yeah, someone's kidneys fell out.
She's still trying to find the arm from the arm in the fall.
Listen, man, you fill in a body part. I don't know. She's searching for guts. Anyway, he sees this lady in double bubble, and he gets all excited. Wakes up, shaved balls, big mystery. At the end, she shows her cans, like just one of the guys. Big reveal. The end. I bookended it for you. Now you just fill in the blanks.
Genius.
Kaboom, right? Yeah.
It's awesome.
Something that was brought up to me by Assistant Program Director Jim Louth as he was walking in today. Was pleased to hear that you were on the air and have recovered from your illness on Friday.
Where was he yesterday when I was on the air? Jim was just out sunning himself.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe said something about turning on the show to make sure that you were on the air yesterday, because it was theorized by who, not important. Could have been Albert Breer. But it was theorized on Friday that you could have taken yesterday as a sick day also and still banked the vacation day. Now, it was batted around the studio as to whether or not you would be so cunning or give it that much thought. John Wallach came to your defense, I suppose, and said, Fred's never would not give it that much thought. And I said, au contraire, Jonathan. If anyone would think about it to that extent, it is Fred. So, Fred, I ask you, had you called out sick yesterday, would you still have expected to bank the vacation day?
No, I wouldn't have banked it. No, they would have charged me they would have banged me. They wouldn't have given me a sick day, but they would have banged me for the vacation. Yeah. I don't think that they would have. No way. They're not going to give me a free day and have to pay someone to do the show. No, they would have banged me for the vacation. No. I do like, though, that when I am ill, I like that this is never going to stop. Every time I miss work, there's going to be lots of listener emails and everything else.
We had a stair climber in here at one point to mark the days.
Yeah, I also couldn't speak. So there was that issue. I had 2 months where I wasn't allowed to talk. And believe me, John, I would have preferred to drag my ass out of bed and made money. You know, they stopped paying me. It was not enjoyable. It wasn't like I was collecting some big disability check. I was not receiving income.
We're going to keep it high vibrations.
That's right. So that was falling apart. But yes, I was ill, but I was in here yesterday.
Yes. Finally, there is a new song from Aaron Lewis from Stained. I'm reluctant to play any of it just because, and we get dinged on the podcast now.
Yeah, I'm reluctant to play it because it's a new song from Aaron Lewis from Stained.
Well, it's called Give My Country Back. I can read you some of the lyrics. You've been crying like a fiddle. You've been whining like a steel.
What's a steel?
A steel guitar.
Oh.
I tried to care just a little, but here's the way I feel. I hate to bust your bubble, but I don't mind if I do. But keep stirring up the trouble, but there's more of us than you. And if you don't like my country, you can give my country back. Yeah, I don't mind you leaving. Hell, I'll even help you pack. Take a bus, a plane, a truck, a train, to where they like the way you act. If you don't like my country, you can give my country back.
He's just throwing darts at a flag at this point, and just seeing where it lands and seeing what I can get the rubes to buy now.
Because the last bastion of any struggling artist, just go country. They'll take you.
But that's starting to not work. Like Post Malone had to cancel his tour because he couldn't. That guy thought he was going to play stadiums, and the public went, "Oh no, you're not, Mr. Post Malone. You are not playing stadiums." I know that he's looking at Kid Rock and he's like, he's skating by now. Like he's still making enough. To keep the cocaine coming. And, but there's only room for one Kid Rock, right?
Yeah.
There's, it's a big bet to take. It's a real big, leap of faith that you're going to be the guy.
Right.
The non-country patriotic guy. There's only room. There's Rob Schneider and Kid Rock. And they both are occupying that space. And it's going to be very hard to dislodge them. If you just got Stained back together, or any project and called it Stained, you could get on a 90s cruise or something.
Hell yeah.
You could be playing Up There with the Mouth. You know that Hurley had a big back and forth with the real singer of Smash Mouth when he was alive?
I heard a little bit of that yesterday, but he didn't get into what they were jawing about.
No, he didn't reveal too much about it, but he said that they were